You know, the one thing on everybody's mind was Shane McMahon. Going into SmackDown Live, the biggest question going into tonight's show was, is Shane McMahon going to be ready for WrestleMania? Now, I was under the assumption that WWE was playing up the storyline of Shane McMahon being injured at the hands of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Then all of a sudden, they threw the disease or the infection of diverticulitis into the forefront. And then at that point, it went from possible storyline to real life. There's no way. I just fail to believe WWE would use diverticulitis as a ailment to keep a superstar off television per storyline reasons. Doesn't make any sense to me. You don't fuck around with diverticulitis. You've seen what it did to Brock Lesnar. He almost had over 2 feet of his intestine removed because of diverticulitis. And it took him a very long time to recover from it. It's not something that you fuck around with. Now, according to the Wrestling Observer, Shane McMahon has a hernia and acute diverticulitis, and he was administered into a New York medical facility. Now, a lot of people thought that this was still WWE using this to further the vicious beatdown from Owens and Zayn. But, you know, logical heads prevail here, and I just fail to believe that WWE would use diverticulitis per storyline. Doesn't make any sense. Shane McMahon did not get diverticulitis from a pop-up powerbomb in the back on SmackDown Live. Doesn't make any sense. Now, according to WWE.com, Shane is recovering, and he has diverticulitis and a hernia that he suffered on vacation in the Caribbean with his family before being hospitalized in Antigua for several days. They added that he is currently being treated with heavy doses of antibiotics, and once the infection has been cleared, Shane's hernia will require surgery. Tonight on SmackDown Live, WWE said that the medical facility had released Shane McMahon and that he was home recovering. I don't know what the hell is going on. All I know is that it threw Twitter into an argumentative war over who Daniel Bryan will team with at WrestleMania. I was hearing Dolph Ziggler, I was hearing Chris Jericho, I was hearing everybody except Shane McMahon. Triple threat match, handicap match, you name it. Every situation was thrown into the discussion on Twitter. According to WWE, it's Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. If Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan win, both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens remain fired. If Zayn and Owens win, they get another opportunity on SmackDown Live. They get to keep their jobs. I don't know what's going on here, man. I really don't. And that's all I'm going to talk about, this Shane McMahon incident, because I have all my notes staring at me for Off the Script this week. And this was a major talking point for Off the Script. And we don't know what's going on. I just refuse to believe WWE would ever use diverticulitis in a storyline to further a beatdown. It makes no sense to me. If WWE does not clear Shane McMahon, it's funny how the tides have turned. Daniel Bryan was waiting for clearance for 3 years. He got his clearance. Now Shane McMahon is the one hurt. WWE doesn't medically clear Shane McMahon. If this is legit and he has diverticulitis, I would not allow him to get in the ring. I would not. What does that mean for Daniel Bryan and this proposed, now somewhat confirmed, tag team match at WrestleMania? If I was booking it, and Shane McMahon somehow, some way is not allowed to compete at WrestleMania and Daniel Bryan needs to find a partner, no, it's not going to be Dolph Ziggler. No, he has nothing to do with Owens and Zayn. Jericho would be the picture-perfect tag team partner for Daniel Bryan, but Jericho is going to be touring with Fozzy and has Fozzy commitments. There's no way, it's not even possible he's going to be able to make WrestleMania. If Jericho was able to make WrestleMania, don't you think WWE would have at least had plans in place for Chris Jericho at WrestleMania? So Jericho is not on the list, per se. If I was booking this and I had Daniel Bryan pick a tag team partner, I'm hearing rumors he's going to be called up from NXT anyway. I'm actually hearing both he and his other half is going to be called up after WrestleMania once their feud has concluded. Can you imagine the outburst if Daniel Bryan revealed that Johnny Gargano was his tag team partner against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? My God, I think New Orleans in the Superdome would crumble with 80,000 plus people there. Two of the biggest white-hot baby faces, two of the purest baby faces in the world of this sport, teaming together at the biggest event of the year, man. That is money right there. You got Daniel Bryan, who's the most popular wrestler in the world right now. And you got Johnny Gargano, who's pretty much Daniel Bryan mini-me. I think that would be fantastic. But that's just me if I'm booking this, and that's just me if Shane McMahon doesn't make WrestleMania. But as it looks right now, we're going to get Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. I just don't believe that WWE would be that stupid to use diverticulitis as a way to further a storyline. Doesn't make any sense to me. But the announcement was made. Daniel Bryan's promo was hot and heavy. Daniel Bryan's promo work since being back has been fantastic. This is Daniel Bryan on SmackDown Live tonight, making the challenge to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. And I want you to listen to the passion in Daniel Bryan's promo. I'm glad that he's back. He's throwing away the underdog. He's throwing away the comeback kid mentality. At WrestleMania, he said he is going to kick Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' asses at WrestleMania like nobody has ever done before.
We have said this 1,000 times. SmackDown Live is the land of opportunities. Therefore, I propose to give Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens one more opportunity. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens face Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. If Shane and I win, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens remain fired. If Shane and I lose and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win, they will be reinstated to SmackDown Live.
It makes sense. Perfect stipulation for this match.
And I've had a lot of people ask me, why have you given Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens so many opportunities? Because that is my job as general manager. To give our amazing talent opportunities. But I have a lot of jobs as general manager, a lot of things I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to sit in board meetings. As a general manager, I'm supposed to fill out paperwork. As a general manager, I'm supposed to wear blazers or cardigans or whatever this is that I'm wearing. But do you know what? I'm sick of meetings. And I am sick of paperwork, and I sure as hell am sick of wearing these blazers. Or whatever the hell that thing is. Because I fought for 3 years for my dream to go back in there and compete, to go back in there and wrestle. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens tried to take that away from me. Well, I don't care how many times you kick me in the face. I don't care how many times you powerbomb me on the apron. Daniel Bryan is back, and Daniel Bryan will fight at WrestleMania. There's a lot of things that I've tried to avoid saying. As an underdog, I really felt like I shouldn't say them. As kids watching in the crowd, being a role model, I feel like I shouldn't say them. As a general manager representing the SmackDown Live brand, it's things that I feel like I shouldn't say. But this is not Daniel Bryan, the underdog, and this is not Daniel Bryan, the general manager. This is the Daniel Bryan who fights for his dreams, and this is the Daniel Bryan who will not accept no for an answer, and this is the Daniel Bryan who will knock down any wall put in front of him, and this is the Daniel Bryan that's not just going to WrestleMania. This is the Daniel Bryan who's gonna kick Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. I'm gonna kick their
They didn't blank it out on the USA Network. Of course, when it hits YouTube, they gotta blank it out. But you see why we love Daniel Bryan so much. You see the intensity, you see the fucking real passion that this guy has, and why we all fell in love with him to begin with. He's gonna make Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens that much more hated at WrestleMania. That's how good he is. And again, I don't know where Shane McMahon lies in all this. Apparently, Daniel Bryan has some inside information, quote unquote, that we don't know. I don't know. But that's the proposed match. That's how it came to be. If Shane McMahon can't go, Jericho no, Ziggler no, Triple Threat no, Handicap no, none of that. I throw Johnny Gargano right in the fire. Have him be named a tag team partner for Daniel Bryan. I think that'd be fantastic. But right now we're going to get Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. It's the perfect ending to this storyline. WWE is giving us a conclusion to a storyline that makes sense. Let's see where it goes. We got 1 week to find out what's really going to happen with Shane McMahon. The other important thing that happened on SmackDown Live tonight was not the WWE Championship. I'll get to that in a little bit. The other important thing on SmackDown Live tonight was Rusev. Rusev, we all know Rusev Day is the most over thing on SmackDown Live. Well, second most over thing right now on SmackDown Live, behind Daniel Bryan and the Returning Yes movement. Rusev Day has done a fantastic job to get himself over and position himself as a top merchandise seller and a quote-unquote real babyface that people can genuinely invest their time in. Even though WWE doesn't portray him as a babyface, they continue to portray him as a heel, evident by who they had him team with tonight. They had him team with Jinder Mahal, who is a heel, against Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. Now, tonight, that tag team match took up a quarter of our time. 3 of the 4 people in that match, nobody gives a fuck about. And it took up a quarter of our time on SmackDown Live. What they did tonight is they positioned Rusev to pin Randy Orton in the middle of the ring. He pinned the United States Champion. So, in typical WWE fashion, Rusev goes to find Daniel Bryan, and he asks Daniel Bryan to include him in this triple threat match and make it a fatal 4-way for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. It's amazing how many people don't think. I had people complain to me on Twitter, why is it a fatal 4-way now? We already have multi-man Mania running wild at WrestleMania. Triple threat match, triple threat match, triple threat match, tag team match, tag team match, tag team match, battle royal, battle royal. I get it. Believe me. If I was in charge, none of that shit would be happening. But what difference does it make if Rusev is in this match now and making it a fatal four-way. Who cares? Who cares? What's the difference between a triple threat match and a fatal four-way? Look at it this way. Rusev has done such a great job to get over. We feel collectively as a universe that Rusev is not getting what he deserves. Why the fuck not put him at WrestleMania in the United States Championship match? Would you rather him be in the Battle Royal where he's buried under 20 other guys? Or would you like him to potentially win the United States Championship on Rusev Day on April 8th in New Orleans? Maybe WWE has listened to its audience. Maybe they are going to start pushing Rusev and appreciate Rusev for the job well done of getting over. Just think of it that way. Do you want Jinder Mahal winning the United States Championship? I surely don't. Who the fuck wants Jinder Mahal on the roster? Never mind as its United States Champion. Randy Orton? Babyface Randy Orton at that? Please. You put Randy Orton on my television, I'm asleep in 5 minutes. The cure for insomnia is babyface Randy Orton. Bobby Roode? You want to see Goody Two-Shoes Bobby Roode shaking hands with little kids? And grabbing old ladies' grocery bags? Taking them to the fucking cab? Or do you want to see Bobby Roode fucking spitting in Roderick Strong's face, telling him that he's going to plow his wife? Which Bobby Roode do you want to see? I certainly don't want to see this Bobby Roode. Doesn't make a difference. WWE actually made that match actually a little bit more exciting. Because the way it was, I didn't give a fuck about it. Now with Rusev in there, I'm hoping Rusev wins the United States Championship. Triple threat match, fatal four-way, who cares? It was already a multi-man match. Just look at it as Rusev actually getting a payday and a legitimate, deserved spot on WrestleMania. One of the few guys that I would not leave off the card, and one of the few guys I would have had positioned on the card already. Now he's done that for himself. Just look at it that way. Tag Team Championship situation on SmackDown Live. This is... I knew they were going to go this route, and I don't understand why. Certainly not how I do it. Got the Bludgeon Brothers, who have pretty much dominated since their debut. You got the New Day, who dropped the titles to the Usos. New Day's got to linger around because those three are Vince McMahon's boys, just like Roman Reigns are. No way around that. Vince McMahon loves the New Day. They're everywhere, doing promotional work. You name it. They're all over the place for WWE. Still throwing pancakes, though, right? They're still throwing pancakes. They got the fucking ever-living shit beat out of them, and they come back on their first night from Fastlane, flinging pancakes at Justin LeBar and Juicy Steen in Pittsburgh. I got photographs of LeBar and Juicy fucking having pancakes in their mouth. Yeah, good job there, WWE. Good job there. Multi-Man Mania running wild. I would have had the Bludgeon Brothers beat the New Day tonight. And I would have had the Bludgeon Brothers go on to WrestleMania and challenge the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, instead of causing another no contest and putting all three teams in one match. How many tag team matches and how many multi-man matches are on this show? It's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous if you ask me. Now, the one question I pose to WWE and the one question I pose to you guys is, where's our ladder match at WrestleMania? Why don't we have a ladder match? Why hasn't WWE done anything to make a ladder match at WrestleMania? My original idea was, well, you got the United States Championship and you got some decent mid-card talent in the SmackDown Live pool. So let's put them in a ladder match. 6 men, 7 men, whatever. Rude, Mahal, you got Orton, right? You could do Rusev, you could do Ty Dillinger, you could do Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, whatever. There you go. 7-man ladder match for the United States Championship. WWE didn't go that route. They're going the Fatal 4-Way. What about giving us a ladder match instead of having this triple threat match for the Tag Team Championships? Because we already have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Why not make the triple threat match here stand out compared to the triple threat match that we're going to see on Monday Night Raw side for the IC title with Balor, Rollins, and The Miz? Why not make this the ladder match? Can you imagine the Usos and the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers in a triple threat, no rules, anything goes ladder match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships? I'm all over that, bro. I am all over that like flies on shit. Or add a stipulation, a Texas Tornado match, where ladders can get involved, because there's no rules. But I'd rather see the ladder matches. I want to see titles hanging from the ceiling at the Superdome on April 8th. I don't know why they just didn't do that. But multi-man Mania, running wild. Triple threat matches. Lack of creativity on WWE's end to make these matches stand out. They figured, you know what, let's get everybody on the card. That mentality has got to go. If somebody's not on the card, they should work just as hard to get on the card next year. Not everybody needs to be on WrestleMania card or the WrestleMania card. Not everybody has to be on the card for April 8th. You know? There are people on the card that don't belong there or don't deserve to be there. What the fuck have they done? What storyline have they been in? You know? It's the reason why I don't want these battle royals taking place. It's the catering all-star battle royal. Male and female version. Who cares? Make it the ladder match. Usos, Bludgeon Brothers, and The New Day in a triple threat tag team title ladder match at WrestleMania. Simple as that. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. And that match, if indeed is a ladder match, out of everything on this show, could easily steal the show at WrestleMania. I don't know why you wouldn't do it and let those guys shine. The Usos haven't been on WrestleMania in 9 years, the main card. You want to give them the tools to outshine everybody because their work has certainly deserved it. Let's try and get that ladder match stipulation added. That's just me, though. That's just me. Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. I was given a very, very good point from one of my loyal subs. Texted me during the show tonight. And Daniel Bryan clearly being back is the most important thing on SmackDown Live. It is more important than the WWE Championship. And the lack of build in his eyes, and I even told him this was a very, very good point, the lack of build in the WWE Championship match probably has to do a lot with Vince McMahon. And I could see this coming from Vince McMahon's mindset. We are, as a worldwide fan base, claiming that this is a dream match. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the true main event of WrestleMania, WWE title, it's a dream match that we've all wanted. I could see Vince McMahon being, well, you know, we're giving them the dream match. They're already invested in it, invested in the match. They don't need any backstory or any story to it. So we're just gonna throw these guys out there and just ho-hum it. We're gonna play it by ear. We're gonna fucking take it week by week. They're already invested in the match. All they give a shit about is seeing AJ and Nakamura in the ring on April 8th. Who cares? There's no story needed. These people are gonna watch it regardless if there's a story or not. And I could actually see that happening. And it might very well be the reason why there hasn't really been any solid foundation built for AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. That is up until tonight. I really enjoyed Nakamura tonight on the microphone. I think tonight was his best night on the microphone since his debut in WWE. I think his English is getting a lot better. I love the backstage segment with AJ Styles where he asked AJ to be his tag team, in his corner at least, for this match with Shelton Benjamin tonight. Very fluent, very clear. You understood everything from his mouth. It seemed like it just came out with ease. Even on the microphone in the ring. He was a little charismatic, like he usually is, but you understood him in the ring at the end of the night when he and AJ were face-to-face with a microphone at the end of SmackDown Live. He pretty much said that AJ is going to crumble at WrestleMania because AJ is too emotional. AJ gets worked up easy. AJ has gotten worked up over Nakamura's lack of emotion. And I understood what Nakamura was trying to do. In these situations, and in every situation so far, Nakamura has been calm as a fucking, as anything. He cool as a cucumber, Nakamura, right? 2-on-1 situation, he's handled Rusev and Aiden English. He handled Benjamin and Gable tonight. They tried to attack AJ Styles. And Nakamura, just let it flow. Just roll off his body. You know, it is what it is. And he said that it's going to be knee to face because AJ Styles is too emotional. And when AJ Styles is emotional, he's going to make a mistake. And when Nakamura sees that mistake, Nakamura is going to exploit that mistake with a knee to face. That is very, very simple. It's just ridiculous that we're getting some type of dialogue and some type of whatever they call it, whatever you want to call it, foundation 2 weeks out before WrestleMania. So what are they going to do next week with Nakamura and AJ Styles? You know, Nakamura was pretty much the coolest one here as he took care of Benjamin. He beat Benjamin with a Kinshasa tonight. And then he took care of Gable and Benjamin after they tried to sneak attack AJ Styles after the match. Is AJ going to try and one-up Nakamura next week by trying to be calm and trying to show Nakamura that he isn't full of emotion? Who is he going to go up against if that is the case? So we're going to have to see what WWE does with AJ Styles next week, because I think Nakamura has a nice, steady flow of momentum going into WrestleMania. Now we got to get some on AJ Styles' part. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that because AJ Styles reportedly is injured. We don't know the extent of his injury, but WWE might very well keep him out of the ring until WrestleMania because they don't want to jeopardize any further injury. Speaking of injury, Charlotte apparently is out of the Mixed Match Challenge. That'll be over by the time you guys see this. I don't care. But Charlotte apparently had a dental procedure and some type of, dental procedure done, and she got an infection from it. I don't know how reputable that source is or how reputable that story is, but Charlotte is not going to miss WrestleMania. It's not one of those injuries where WWE is going to take it gingerly and day by day. Charlotte just had something wrong following a dental procedure. She'll be over it. She'll be in New Orleans in time for WrestleMania. But right now, as of today, she's not going to be in the Mixed Match Challenge, and Bobby Roode is going to have to find a new tag team partner. But I love the way that WWE built up Charlotte in the promo package. They built up Charlotte like this dominating force in the women's division. Meanwhile, she's looked absolutely terrible all year, and she lost to Natty last time we seen her on SmackDown Live. Like, seriously. How am I supposed to believe anything you're trying to get across in that promo package when all it is false advertisement? Charlotte has done nothing on SmackDown Live. Asuka, barely anything on Monday Night Raw. But still, it's a match that everybody's excited for because it's the title versus the streak. And that's all that really matters, right? Charlotte wanted a challenge. Asuka wants to challenge the best. There you go, I guess, right? There you go. But don't tell me how dominating Charlotte is when she's done literally nothing all year and has looked weak in every match she's been in, and she lost to Natty on SmackDown Live. Not really what I would have, showcased after we know your champion lost clean on SmackDown Live. Other than that, there really isn't anything on this show. That's your SmackDown Live review, really. I mean, the matches really didn't do anything for me. Bobby Roode and Randy Orton versus Sunil Singh and Jinder Mahal. Sunil Singh came out with a neck brace. Jinder Mahal came out and he enlisted Rusev as his tag team partner. I love how they put the babyface. I don't know why WWE doesn't position him as a babyface. They had the babyface, quote unquote, in asterisk, team with the heel in Jinder Mahal. Clearly, Rusev is the most over man in this match. He's going to be the most over man at WrestleMania. No question. And if Rusev doesn't win the United States Championship, then you know WWE Creative is completely fucked. Rusev here wins with a Machka kick to Randy Orton. He pins the United States Champion. Rusev and Jinder Mahal win. Jinder then says after the match that he is inviting Rusev to join his parade when he wins the United States Championship. It's going to be the most epic parade ever. And Rusev said, listen, I don't want to be a part of your parade. I'm going to go to Daniel Bryan and make your triple threat match a fatal four-way because I pinned the United States Champion. Good on you, Rusev. Good on you. Nobody wants to see Jinder Mahal as its United States Champion. I don't think anybody in that match is deserving of the United States Championship. Roode, Orton, or Mahal. Three guys who have been positioned in a mid-card feud that nobody cares about. Three guys who, character-wise, are dying a death right now. Rusev is the one man, now that you added him to the match, you know he is the odds-on favorite. He is the Cinderella favorite going into WrestleMania. Something needs to be done. Something right needs to be done. And what is right is Rusev winning the United States Championship. Becky Lynch versus Ruby Riott took place on SmackDown Live. Becky Lynch got a win. Wow. Becky Lynch got a win. She beat Ruby Riott with a roll-up. She tried to go for a disarmer. She blocked a riot kick. She went for the disarmer. Liv Morgan gets on the apron yelling at somebody. I don't know. She looked like a complete clown. This led to Becky Lynch shoving Ruby Riott into Liv Morgan and then rolling Ruby Riott up. And there you go. Becky Lynch wins. After the match, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan attack Becky Lynch, and she takes both of them and sends them to the floor. Becky Lynch actually looked like a winner tonight. She wasn't handed an L. Awesome. Awesome. Maybe Becky Lynch is going to win the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I doubt it. Like I said on Monday Night Raw Review, which you guys can watch on the channel right now, that should be reserved to continue the feud between Bayley and Sasha Banks. Daniel Bryan makes the match for WrestleMania. We already talked about that at the top of this review. We don't know if the Shane McMahon inclusion in this match is going to stand. We have to find out. So we'll find out maybe via a WWE.com exclusive or on SmackDown Live next week. We don't know. We don't know. Bludgeon Brothers versus The New Day. This one barely got underway. I did enjoy Xavier Woods and his intensity. You know, Kofi Kingston and Big E went to the gyrating and tossing of the pancakes. Xavier Woods actually was a little bit more intense than usual here, going over that they are going to take Rowan and Harper and eliminate them from their WrestleMania plans, and that it's going to be the Usos and the New Day like it should. This obviously never came to be, as the Usos came down to cause the disqualification. After the bell, the New Day triple team Harper and Rowan with the Usos hitting dives, and that was pretty much it, man. The Bludgeon Brothers finally on the retreat for the first time ever here on SmackDown Live. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Like I said, a ladder match would make that match a possible show stealer at WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze, a complete waste of everybody's time. If you got up to go do the dishes or clean the cat box or take a shit or go walk the dog, you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. Dolph Ziggler wins with a zigzag, complete waste of time. After the match, he goes to ringside and looks at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy. I'm glad they're paying you all that money, Dolph. I'm glad they're paying you all that money. They have seemingly forgot about you already coming out of Fastlane. Good job there, buddy. Good job. And then Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Shelton Benjamin with a Kinshasa. At the end of the match, AJ Styles enters the ring and they go back and forth. AJ thinks Nakamura is playing mind games. Nakamura says that AJ Styles is too emotional. Nakamura left the ring. After Nakamura left, we had Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable attack AJ Styles, and then Nakamura comes to save the day, and he takes both of them out. Exploder suplex to Chad Gable, and then he just kicks Shelton Benjamin into oblivion, and he saves AJ Styles. Then AJ's trying to get up. He's got his head down. He's got his back turned. Nakamura looking like he's going to hit a Kinshasa on AJ. He does it and then stops right before he lifts his knee. And then he wants to pretty much continue to play mind games with AJ Styles. He did not hit the Kinshasa because he says at WrestleMania, just because of how emotional he is, it's going to be a knee to face for AJ Styles and a new WWE champion. Not really all that much on SmackDown Live, man. With Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn there, not much going on. And you know SmackDown Live, they didn't really do much of anything to get you excited about any of the other matches that they're presenting at WrestleMania. If you guys missed the Monday Night Raw review, it is live. It went up today around 2 o'clock. Go and check it out. I'll leave you a link in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of this video. And then tomorrow we got NXT, man. Tomorrow is the night that we're looking forward to because the debut of EC3, the debut of Ricochet, and the announcement of the new North American Championship. I cannot wait to see what WWE has in store with that announcement for that 6-man ladder match taking place at my WrestleMania, which is TakeOver New Orleans NXT, man. Thank you guys so much. I'm getting the hell out of here. Hit that thumbs up. Sorry for the short review, but when there's not much to talk about and there's not much to dissect, this is what you get. Blame Road Dogg. I'll see you guys tomorrow. NXT, North American Championship. We'll talk about it right here on the channel. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT.